Hey, John.
Oh, hi.
Oh, hey there. How's it going?
Great. What's going on at the barn?
Good. What have you been up to?
Oh, doing camp work, drinking
Oh,
coffee.
that's good.
Yeah, building
Oh,
spreadsheets.
that's stuff. That's awesome. Well, as you know, today is Giving Tuesday, and I thought I'd just ask you a couple questions about you and your family and your guys' journey through, yeah, the camp program and everything. So, what do you think?
Love it. Let's go.
Awesome. Okay. So tell us a little bit about your family and, yeah, just your guys' journey with Camp Sunshine.
Sure. So, my family first was introduced to Camp Sunshine right about when it started because Trisha came to a garage sale at our house and purchased a tent to be used for the overnighters at Camp Sunshine. That was in 2007. Our kids first attended in 2008. So immediately, camp began to just create an experience and an environment where our kids felt like they belonged. They wanted to be outside. They wanted to be with the other kids. They looked up to their counselors, and it was an amazing experience. So they wanted to go back. And from that time, they've both been campers throughout their elementary. They've been LITs. They were actual staff, both summer and year-round staff. So the the way that camp has impacted my kids really just impacted me as well. So the camp is about unlocking and unleashing kingdom builders by creating an environment where people belong. And Camp Sunshine really does that, not just for our kids, but I feel like they've done that for our whole family. Through being involved out as volunteer while our kids were campers, Karen and I became volunteers and we got involved. I've been actually our whole family has been able to participate in mission trips to Mexico together, and I came on the board at Camp Sunshine in 2018, and just most recently now I actually work here. So it's been a journey over quite a number of years, but it's just so amazing to be in this environment and using the gifts that I have that I didn't originally see as ministry gifts to help to build and grow the ministry of Camp Sunshine.
That's really cool. So we got a picture here of Bryce and Marshall when they first came to camp. So that's super cool. And then here's one of Bryce as a counselor and all of her girls who dressed up like her that year. That was really cool. And then Marshall became a counselor. That was super cool. A lot of our campers probably know your wife, Karen. She's always in the snack shack. They might know her as the snack shack lady or Mama K
Mama
or
K.
Karen.
Yeah.
But Mama K, yeah, is usually how people know her.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Most,
and you were a volunteer and now you're on staff. That's super cool.
yeah.
Well, we're really
Most
glad
people,
to have you.
most people, if they saw me, saw pancakes in the last 10 years or
Yes,
so.
that's true. We should have found a picture of you in the Pancake Palace making all those pancakes on Saturday morning. That's awesome. Okay, cool. So, thank you so much for sharing your story. But you have one more short story to share for us, right?
Yeah, so about 3 years ago, this video that we're going to share with you was produced about really Bryce's journey at camp. And she talks about just being camp being a tool that God used to change her life. And it was a spark when she first came to camp. So, yeah, let's take a look at that.
Camp has been the biggest tool that God has used to change my life in amazing ways. Camp kind of came to our doorstep. I was having a garage sale
And this nice young woman came. She said she wanted to buy our tent and that she and her husband were starting a day camp for kids out south of Lincoln. It turned out it was Trisha, and it was Camp Sunshine. When Bryce was in third grade, about third grade, fourth grade, she started to have some issues with anxiety.
I mean, I was afraid of everything as a little child, and so coming here was a huge leap of faith for me. When I came to camp, my counselor greeted me, and I remember walking up to her and immediately feeling like I belong here, that I'm part of something here.
I picked them up at the end of the day, and they got in the car, and they were all smiles from ear to ear.
Coming to camp was that spark that started this raging fire of like, God is so real, and he is working. He is actually doing things, like he's actually working in my life.
We've seen God use Bryce just in working with children and working with young kids. I'm not sure she knew she had, that passion or gift until she spent time at Camp Sunshine.
God just really used that time to mold me and shape me into having a heart for kids and having a heart for missions, and especially kids who are misunderstood.
As a young adult, you really can make a difference. Camp Sunshine gives them a place to do that.
There's something different about this place, and when you spend enough time here, I mean, you just feel God's presence here. Like, this place is set apart, and you just can't shake it.
It was just the providence of God that Trisha came to our garage sale and bought that tent and started something awesome.
I want my campers to experience God here at camp in a way that they didn't know they could. God can do awesome things in a week, and he's done that for me, and I know he can do that for all my girls too.
Oh, that's super cool. We love Bryce and we love your family. So can you tell us a little bit about what you guys are up to? Maybe what's Bryce up to nowadays?
Sure.
I'm sure people would love to know.
Sure. So if you've been around camp for very long, you know Bryce and you know Marshall and you probably know Karen. Bryce works at a church and she works in kids ministry, and she loves it because that's really where her heart is. And Marshall also works in a church and is at the same time pursuing art, which is his passion as well. So I would say that Camp Sunshine definitely unleashed a couple of terrific young adults there.
Very cool. Well, for those of you who are tuning in, you can give a gift today at campsunshinememories.org/give. And I hear we might have gotten another gift. And oh yeah, let me look. Yeah, Ethan's over there. Let's just tune in to see what Ethan's up to right now. He's still doing the monkey, everyone. Well, that's super cool. So yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment or message us on. We're live on Facebook and YouTube, so comment, ask us your question. But thanks, John, for joining us and telling us a little bit about your family.
Thanks, Adriana. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, we'll see you later.